Hello, Taurus. This is your tarot reading for March 2016. I'm going to shuffle the cards for a minute. I am using the deck from my last reading on February. I'm happy to see that the February love readings were helpful for everybody. So this is the Golden Tarot deck from Cat Black. And I ordered it on Amazon. And it's a very beautiful deck. Okay, I'm going to cut the cards. This will be a general reading, but as always, there may be situations with love that comes through the cards. If you do want a specific reading on your relationship or your love life, look in the description and the information for booking an appointment or contacting me. You'll find links for that. Okay, so let's see what we have. This is Four of Wands. This is Five of Coins reversed. We have Ace of Swords. This is Seven of Coins. This is Five of Cups reversed. This is King of Swords reversed. This is Nine of Cups. This is Ace of Coins. And then we have the Star in reverse. Okay. I will pull an outcome card after this reading of the first cards, the first 9 cards. Okay, Taurus, the first thing that I'm noticing here, there are no major, well, there is one major arcana card, and that's the Star in reverse. So there's not going to be any huge changes or external influences. But the Star in reverse means that maybe a situation is going to be developing to where you might not have as much, a situation might not turn out the way you had hoped. There might be a little doubt, a little negativity um, on a particular situation. Okay. So this is a very beautiful card, by the way. So what could be happening here has a lot to do with the influence of people, your influence and the choices that you're making in this situation. We have this King of Swords in reverse. Now, whenever we have court cards like kings, queens, knights, and pages, they can represent actual people in our lives, um, or the energy of certain people. And so this King of Swords, it seems to be the only court card that's showing up here. This King of Swords is in reverse. The King of Swords, upright. The King of Swords, swords means um, communication, intelligence. It addresses the psychological aspects. And so this king is very smart, very intelligent, very wise. He's able to debate and argue his points very well. Now, this is in reverse. So we have someone who can be very manipulative, someone who can play a lot of mind games, who can be very unreasonable, paranoid. Those are just some of the negative aspects um, associated with this card. So I think that this King of Swords has a lot to do with this star being in reversed in the near future. Going to the first row, you do have some positive aspects going into the month. We have a Four of Wands, which is the card of happiness and joy and celebration. You celebrate once you've reached a milestone or overcome a particular hardship, enjoying prosperity. Then you have Five of Coins in reverse. And this is very meaningful because when it's upright, the Five of Coins can mean poverty, being a victim, being um, being affected by bad situations, bad outcomes, a bad, you might be having a string of bad luck, so to speak, and you might feel helpless. And so this is reversed as well. So these two cards are very good next to each other because it seems as if there is a situation dealing with prosperity and happiness, and maybe you've had some bad luck or a bad situation that's really affected you negatively, and you're in the process of turning that around. So you have this Ace of Swords here, and as I said, swords are about reasoning, communication, and this could definitely mean the beginning of clarity here, that you're getting clarity on a certain situation and clarity on turning that situation around. So there are good intentions here in the beginning and a positive outlook. Now, when we get into this next row, heading into um, what energies might be coming in later on in the month, we have a Seven of Coins in reverse. I refer to them also as Pentacles. Usually, the Seven of Coins, this is the card of contemplation. It's a card of waiting. You're waiting for things to grow. You have this woman who's a farmer and she's nurturing the garden, she's nurturing the farm in hopes that later on there will be a good harvest. And if it's in reverse, this could definitely mean no waiting, that, um, but also it could mean that seeds are not being planted the right way. Um, that the foundation or the, how can I say it? This is in reverse because now the waiting is for the wrong reasons, or you're waiting on something that might not grow. And I'm kind of saying this with an eye to why this King of Swords is in reverse. That you might be waiting in vain, or that this is a garden or a crop or something that you want to grow, but there's no growth. There's no long-term future. This Five of Cups is in reverse as well. And this is in the center of your card. So the Five of Cups upright, it can mean regret. You see this man, he's inconsolable, even though he still has 5 cups left. Even though he has 3 cups, he's lost 2, but he still has 3 cups. It's sort of like crying over spilled milk, so to speak, looking at what you've lost, focusing on what you've lost instead of focusing on what you have. Now, this card is reversed. So, this is a reversal of regret. It can be um, looking at what you have, being positive about what you have. And so, how does this play into this Seven of Coins in reverse? And this King of Swords in reverse. I think that this issue, based on what we have, is that we have a lot of good things. We have a lot of prosperity. We have a lot of wonderful resources here in the beginning. And I think you kind of realize that. I think this Five of Cups is realizing what you do have. But it seems as if this King of Swords and Seven of Coins in reverse are coming in to sort of take that away or affect this positive outlook. Okay. It seems as if you're overcoming, Taurus, being down on your luck and getting things together and getting back on your feet. And this could very well apply not just to prosperity or job or finances, but it could apply to a relationship as well. That you might be getting to a very happy place and feeling happy and getting clarity about what you want from a relationship and putting the past behind you and not having regrets. But this King of Swords around you, um, you might be positively planting a seed or investing in a relationship that might not be for your better good. You're you're giving this, I think this relationship has so much potential that you are going into this, it seems as if, um, as I said, if this was upright, it would mean that this is a situation where something can grow in the future, that this will be something that's nurturing and will bring a positive outcome for you, dividends for you in the future. But it's in the negative. And I think it's in the negative because this King of Swords seems to be someone that might have you, um, this King of Swords in reverse might be someone, a person, or a particular situation that will have you saying, okay, I'm going to give this relationship, I'm going to give this situation a try. And, I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to see how it works out. But as you can see in this last row, you need to be careful. Nine of Cups is the card of wishes. It's the card of being content. And I think this card is interesting because you have this Mother Mary figure with the baby Jesus, and you have this lamb, and you have this bird, and then you have this plate of berries at her feet. And so um, this is the this Nine of Cups is not just about contentment, it's about wishes fulfilled, what you've been waiting for. Like if you've been waiting for the Messiah or the baby Jesus, or, it's sort of like the kings. This is sort of a reference to how the three wise men were looking for this baby because they saw it based on a star in the sky, and they followed the star, and then they found Mary and the baby in a manger, and their dreams came true. But what is interesting is that this star is in reverse. This star that you're trying to follow may not lead to, and this is also why we have this Seven of Coins in reverse, hoping for a good outcome in the long run. Um, it could be that your initial hope that there will be a long-term happiness, things might be very happy now, but you need to be careful that you're not pinning all your hopes on this future. Um, that in the long term, this King of Swords might be bringing some negative energy that will affect whether, if this is a relationship situation, that this relationship will get your hopes up and you're going to be disappointed. And I think that's why the Seven of Coins is in reverse as well. And then we have the Ace of Coins. And you've got Taurus, you are an earth sign. Coins represent earth. So what we do have here is this Ace of Coins representing new opportunities for money or financial career. It can mean a job offer, starting a new job. Okay. And so what just what just popped up in my head was someone starting a new business enterprise with the best they're starting a new business. They got a great idea. And that's why they're thinking about it, Ace of Swords. And so they're going into this new business endeavor, and there might be some, they might not be thinking about it or going about it in the wrong way, which is why this King of Swords is in reverse. So these cards can definitely tell a story of starting a new business venture, and you're inspired, you're thinking about it, you're putting plans into motion, and then there's a few missteps here because this King of Swords is in reverse. The expectations might be a little bit misguided in this new business venture. So if some of you have been wondering, having questions about a new business venture for some reason, this could definitely be sort of like a warning from the tarot as well. But in a relationship, as far as relationship, what I'm seeing is the best intentions for a relationship, starting in here, the first three cards. But there could be the other person in the relationship is a little bit misguided. And there is a moving forward because the Five of Cups is in reverse. It seems as if something has been lost, or not all the resources are there, because you have three cups remaining. You've lost two cups, but you still have three cups. And maybe it's important that you have all five cups. You're starting with a loss, but you're deciding to move forward anyway, even though you haven't completely recovered from losing some of these cups. And so you see the Nine of Cups, this wish to get all more cups, because once again, in the Five of Cups, the person has three cups left. They lost two. In the Nine of Cups, we have these wishes to have nine cups. We want not only the five back that we had originally, but we want four more. And so once again, this relationship between the coins and the cups seems to be about a desire for some type of prosperity, but also to bounce back or to go forward with a particular project or a job opportunity with the best intentions. But hope in a relationship reading, there's definitely a person in this partnership that is going to get in the way of the long-term happiness of the relationship. And I'm not saying that the relationship is doomed, but as far as long-term, I think the negative energy from this King of Swords is going to have a huge effect on whether how this relationship is going to survive in the long term. So, Taurus, I'm now going to shuffle for your outcome card, and then I'm going to pull an Angel Oracle card. Okay. Your outcome card, Taurus, is Page of Swords in reverse. Now, this Page of Swords is a card of truth and clarity, finding out the truth, a message that tells you the truth about a certain situation, or even you realizing the truth. When it's upright, it can also mean certain delays in something happening. Something will be held up. But this is in reverse. So it looks like full steam ahead, that um, you need to be careful because this card is signaling that you might be blinded to the truth, that you're not seeing or getting all the information you need. Okay. And so, considering some of the negative energy that's happening with this Seven of Coins, this King of Swords, and the Star in reverse, you need to be very careful, Taurus, that you're not being led astray. Now, your Angel Oracle card. Okay. Your Angel Oracle card, it's called Power Animal. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with the situation. Now, if there is a pet or even a pet that you've lost, it's saying that there might be spiritual energy coming from um, your animal spirit guide or an animal that's very close to you, which I think is very interesting. I do not have any pets. But I think that spirit guides can come in human form. It can be our loved ones from the past, and it can also be our pets who've been loved ones before. So Taurus, that is your angel oracle card. So I hope that resonates with you and it has some significance. Okay, so that's your reading for March. I apologize that it's late. I hope that I will have these out a little bit earlier for April, but I've been so busy. Thanks to everyone who subscribed, who's donated, who's contacted me for readings. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in a few weeks.